So here it is, the St. Croix 910. It came in, it was like brand new. Gorgeous finish on this rod. It's smooth and it has an epoxy finish, so all the welds are really glossed over. Big guide and a nice new grip. I told you my older one, which was a 9, I blew out the grip and I said, what do I want? It's a 9, I'm throwing an 8-weight line on it and I enjoy it. I love it on a calm day. Why not step up to a 9-weight line on a little beefier rod? This is definitely a little beefier. And I'm gonna try to throw bigger flies this year for bigger fish. I was just online and I'm having trouble. Alright, I guess it's alright. So I was just online and people were like catching these little tiny trout, and I was having that trouble. I was wading. Every trout was 6 to 8 inches, and it didn't matter what weight rod you're throwing, they're not very much fun. So I decided, if anything this year, I'm going to step up to a little bigger outfit. It's still winter, windy, it's going to be calm this Friday. I'm going to take this out and break it in, but try to throw a little bit bigger fly, if anything else, and try and get that intensified bigger fish to strike. Because sometimes when you catch a snook, they're all this big. Well, maybe it's because you're only throwing that 2.5, 3-inch fly on your 8-weight, and it just isn't enough. So I started to say these guys were out this weekend in Sarasota. It's been really cold. It's been cold around the state. The only fish that people seem to be catching are trout and sheephead, and little micro tarpon down south. So they're all throwing little flies on a number 6. They're all roped into small stuff. But if you're on a boat and everything's moving, I usually fish wade fishing, so I got total control over the depth of the fly, I think. But when you're on a boat, everything's going on. You're going this way and the fly's going this way, and you don't really know where the fly is. Plus it's winter time. I'm throwing a clouser. This one's got my 8-weight clouser on it. It's be alright to start out with this 9-weight line. And then I have my favorite fly over there I just tied, which sinks about the same as this. And that's what I'm going to throw a lot this year. I just want to show you I'm throwing a 9-weight, 910, real beefy rod. There's another mosquito. And on a 9-weight line, throwing bonefish line. So again, I'm throwing a lower grain, it's a lighter grain fly line, so I can carry more line and throw, not have that heavy pull each time like a quick load, because I'm not sight fishing a fish each time. I'm false casting a lot and enjoying casting, so I want a light grain rod. Like this is a 910, I'm throwing a 240 grain on it. It calls for a 240 to a 26 to a 280, and I'm throwing a 240 on it. So it shows you I'm almost not underlining it, but I'm not overlining it. But again, why I stepped up to the 910 is because I have a trip planned with Willem this week, Friday. Willem is at the compound. If you want to hook up with him, he'll do you a backcountry guided tour of your choice, or he'll discuss it with you. And I think he's got a nice intuition for being intimate and finding fish. If you don't mind paddling, that's the way you have to do some of these sections. And I actually enjoy fishing out of a double boat, fishing tandem, where you got a paddler and a fisherman. That's more like a guide would do than fishing just out of a kayak alone. So I'm hooking up with Willem and doing a trip out of Robinson Preserve on Friday. And I'm going to take a bunch of GoPro batteries. This is my new camera, and I want you to tune in and watch the Robinson Preserve trip this weekend. Well, thanks. That's the update. Oh, let me show you my favorite fly. There's a lot of mangroves in there, and it's all different depths. But I tied an EP bait fish because I'm stepping up to the 9 weight. This is tied on a number 1, and I think I could take that up to a 1.0 this summer when I want to throw the bigger pattern for the bigger fish. I'm starting out with this very light fly. It'll be with a 9 weight. I would suspect I could throw it up there to the mangrove pretty well. So we'll see how I do. Wish me luck. See you on the next video.